John Paul, I know you're on a tear right now.
Yeah.
3-0 right now in the UFC, one of them being the Dana White Contender Series. We brought you in for the podcast, first of all, to give you your flowers. I think you're one of the best welterweights in the division on the rise. And I think you're going to be a big name. We normally break down the fights. We talk about what we like to see, what we saw, what we didn't see. In this fight, we were talking about Billy Ray versus Ty Miller in the welterweight division. Obviously, it's your division, so you can say what you want to say. But he was a dog, right? He was plus 310. And for Billy Ray. And I really do feel like the defense made Goff's early clinches like expensive and pointless. I feel like the clinch work is crazy. They didn't talk enough about it. And I'll start with you. Did you see anything on this fight, John Paul, that you saw was exciting?
Yeah, I think Ty's boxing is definitely very impressive, and I don't think Billy had really an answer for that. As long as Ty stays at the range that he wants to be at, he's very dangerous. So I think it was smart for Billy to, get up close and personal in this first round, but you can see in the later rounds, Ty starts to find his range and keeping Billy at that range. But yeah, this guy's definitely a problem.
Yeah, once he kind of got over that initial rush from Goff, from Billy Ray, trying to close the distance, trying to take him down, using a lot of energy trying to take him down. Once he kind of gave up on that game plan, Ty just started picking him apart. We see it here, just landing that jab, beautiful 1-2s, left hooks, fundamentals, just nice, clean boxing. Billy Ray didn't have the answer for it, so slowly started accumulating the damage. The craziest part, though, was at the end of the second round with the corner, because he was down badly, he was hurt really, really bad. And it's all over social media right now, but it was crazy. I mean, look at that. He's getting wobbled there. Some of those jabs are really, finding the mark, dazing him, confusing him, busting up his nose, his eyes, and all the rest of it. And in the third round, they tell him, just run away.
Yeah.
Just stay away. Do not engage.
Do not engage.
If that's the game plan, like DC said, they should say, you know what, we're calling this fight.
Yeah.
If the strategy is just don't fight because you're going to get beat to crap, it's like, dude,
or
sadly, this ain't your night. Yeah. This ain't your night, and then this is hard for me as a cornerman, but I'm sorry. I'm calling this fight. Yeah. But he went out there, took another shot straight away and went down.
But what is the difference? I'm asking this question for the audience. Obviously, I know. What is the difference between not engaging because you're up in rounds versus engaging because
I don't know why you would not engage when you're down 2 rounds.
So that would never even be a game plan anyways.
Well, it can't. If you want to win,
you're going to lose the fight if you're down 2 and you're going to.
Well, I'm trying to break it down for the audience too.
Yeah.
I mean.
They don't understand, because a lot of people that don't know MMA, they were commenting saying, well, I see a lot of guys not engage when they're up on rounds. What's the difference?
Yeah. So if you're up on 2 rounds, then you start playing it safe because you think, I've got this one in the bag. I'm going to dance around. Yeah. And that's really boring. And the crowd hates that. And other fighters don't appreciate that.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Because you never know if you're down or up.
You got to always try and finish. The judges are wild.
Yeah, you never know.
Judges are wild. But you're always trying to finish the fight. Because, and this is what people don't understand, every second that passes in that octagon is dangerous.
Yeah.
You never know, man. You might eat that one shot. And if you're messing around, then it might just happen, And if the goal is just run away from him for 5 minutes, I guess to get a moral victory by not getting finished, I guess, right? That would be the only strategy. All right, so you don't get finished. Let's not have the finish on your record. Screw that. You got beat, man. I'm not sure who the coach was off the top of my head.
In a respectful way, do you have a message to that coach as a world champion, as someone who obviously is a big part of the UFC and host of Paramount? Do you have a message for him?
No, I don't have a message because there's always complicated relationships between fighters and the coaches. And then often, you hear fighters say to the coaches all the time, don't you dare stop this fight. If you stop this fight, you're fired. You know what I mean? There's like people say that hyperbolically. And as I say, every relationship is different. I'm sure he cares for him deeply. I'm sure he was trying to give him the best advice at that time. It turns out it was wrong and everyone's talking shit online. You know what I'm saying? So, and he doesn't deserve that. I'm sure he went through all the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations of a fight camp and was there for late night phone calls and all, and pep talks after training and all that shit. One little clip, one little sentence, that maybe he misspoke or whatever, and now he's getting slaughtered online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's a tricky one.
You got to think about how tough Billy is as well. Like he was taking those shots like clean and well.
Hey, so and he wasn't trying to stay away either.
No, so maybe there's something in there, like in the third round, he could tough it out or whatever. But I think it was pretty decisive.
And just before we move on from this, is there any chance that there was a miscommunication, what he was trying to imply? Maybe he wanted the guy to engage him, but he didn't say it the right way?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't think so. It's a good try, Bear.
trying to help the coach out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's getting destroyed on the internet, and it sucks because, like, for me, my only relationship with a coach is watching a guy like Coach Perillo train Mackenzie Dern or Cheeto, or, you know, in the old days, watching him with Bisbing. So I know the passion Coach Perillo has for his fighters. I could not sympathize because I'm not a fighter, but I can understand where he's coming from. Like, I don't want to see you get killed.
No, but that's why I had that caveat there at the end, because we don't know the personal relationships, okay?
Right.
And I'm sure that he's right there in the trenches with him every single day and cares just as much as Perillo did. Or, you know, most coaches really care about their fighters.
Yeah. John Wood making sure Khalil doesn't go out there and get hurt.
Yeah. Unless they've got a gigantic stable of like hundreds of fighters, then that becomes more difficult.